Hey guys. It's morning, which is kind of like morning. I normally film these really late at night, but my phone was almost dead yesterday, and my leg hurt, and my dog ate my chronograph, and plus I just really didn't feel like doing anything. So here I am. It's morning, and yesterday was the first garage sale weekend that I could actually call a real garage sale weekend day. And I went to a community sale in an affluent neighborhood, but there was really nothing there to buy. I don't know if they just weren't ready to put out video games yet because it was only the first sale weekend of the year, or this neighborhood, which consisted mostly of older people and their grandkids. So it was usually like they either got rid of them a long time ago or their grandkids are still playing them. Although for $5 I did get an almost brand new Dirt Devil that she used once and said she didn't like it because the button is on the back of the canister. It's not up where she can use her hand. So that was cool. But she also said that she would call me because her sons have left home now and they had a bunch of systems and she just has to see which ones they're willing to sell. Will she call me? Maybe. For $5, she also gave me a complete PlayStation 1 with the controller. This is a first generation is the way I'd put it, because the ones that have these video out component leads were the first release of them, because Sony figured that not everybody would want to use the AV out that uses the single piece, and that's how early this one is. It still has the freaking RF adapter. It's not a big deal. It's probably just going to be used for parts because I think I can use part of the disk drive to fix the PS1, the small one. And then the other one I have, I'm probably going to give to one of my buddies because I've got four now. I don't need them. They're not worth anything really. I just use them as trade bait for some people, and then I keep one on my desk. Oh, by the way, I still haven't put things back since this weekend, so my TV's actually turned around because I was hooking up my systems to it, and then I was letting people play them. Although, to be honest, I used it so infrequently that I may just leave it turned around like that and just leave a couple chairs on this side of the desk. I don't know. So, pardon me, my nose is stuffed up. I was on my way out of the neighborhood and I was looking for stuff because, they really hadn't picked anything up. And I stopped at one house that just had like 5 tables. And I saw a Rock Band kit. I wasn't going to buy the Rock Band kit, but I needed to see if they had anything else. So I pulled in and I got out and I found a few things. You got Resident Evil Special Edition DVD for $1. Mila Jovovich is going to be my new ex-wife. Call me. Resident Evil Apocalypse Special Edition. I really got to say, after this one, kind of got popcorny. I mean, this was popcorny, but geez Louise, number 3 was. And a sealed copy of Saw 3. And that was $1. So, will I ever watch these? Yes, because I like Resident Evil series, but probably not, to be dead honest with you. I went to the flea market, which was just down the road. I kind of planned it out. I had to pick between two different community sales, and this one seemed like it was the best one, and I think I picked wrong. I did go to a church sale, but all they had was clothes and stuff. So I went to the flea market that I normally went to, and as you recall, I told you that the guy I buy the DS games from for $5, he thinks size equals value, and it happened again because he had a bag, separate bag of games, DS game, not DS, Game Boy Advance and original Game Boy games, and they were nothing special. It was like Donkey Kong Country and regular Tetris and a couple of Mario games on on Game Boy Advance, like Super Mario Advance, Super Mario Advance 2, things like that. And I'm looking through them, and he let me look through them all, and I went to hand him $20 for the 4 that I picked out, and he goes, "Oh, no, 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 no." I said, "What do you mean?" He says, "No, I need 60." I'm like, "Dude, you charged me $5 a piece for DS games. Why are you charging me $15 a piece for these?" "No, no, 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 I can't do that." So I gave him right back. I'm not going to pay him freaking $15 for a copy of Tetris. I just wanted to play Tetris. Come on, man. Alrighty. I'm trying to find the last thing. Hang on one second. How you guys doing? You guys have a good day talking to your friends? Did you make some whoopee? I found what I'm looking for. Do you know what you're looking for? Sorry. I left something in a bag and I needed to pick it up and I didn't want to restart this video. So I went to a couple of booths. There was this kind of like this old dilapidated building that's on the flea market grounds, and this guy had been storing stuff in there all winter. He would just bring boxes and boxes and boxes of stuff. Now I did screw up. I should have bought the Nintendo games he had because they were like $4 a piece, and he had some fun stuff. Like he had an original Duck Hunt, not Mario Duck Hunt, but just Duck Hunt, and I hadn't seen one of those in a while. But I didn't have a lot of cash left, and I didn't want to pay $4 for something I was never going to even touch, and the label was a little torn. But for $2, I got another Simpsons game, Simpsons Skateboarding. I know it's not worth anything, but I've got Road Rage and Hit and Run, so I'm just gonna keep collecting Simpsons stuff. And then I was walking around, and this lady was standing around, and she had a bunch of clothes and burned DVDs. And then out of the corner of my eye, as I'm looking through her quite minimal stack of DVDs, I saw an Xbox Slim. And I picked it up, and the warranty sticker's never even been taken off, so that's good. But I'm talking to her, and she says $20, and it had a white wireless controller with it. She said $20, and I'm like, my ears perked up at that, and I hadn't even said anything, and she was talking to me, and she's like, "Yeah, my dog chewed the cables to it, so there's no cables. That's why I'm just getting rid of it, and I don't want it because I didn't want to spend money on cables because it's a first version. It's the earliest version of a 360." She kept trying to say it was a first version of the 360. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to correct you. This is obviously a Slim. It's the 4 gig model. But she's like, no, no, this is the earliest possible release of it, so it's not worth anything. Even though quite clearly on the back it shows that it was manufactured in 2010, which was not the first year, for anybody that knows. So I popped the door open because she happened to mention that other people had come up to look at it, and they just wanted the hard drive out of it. And she said she wasn't going to sell the hard drive. Now, I already put one in it, so I'm going to take it out. This is from my Gears of War 360. But I opened it up, and there was no hard drive in it. So I said to her, "Hey, there's no hard drive in this." And she got this weird look on her face, like she was really pissed. And she said, "That mother..." Because apparently some dude must have been looking at it, and I think the guy stole her hard drive. Because she said she had the biggest hard drive she could find. So for all I know, that could have been a 20 gig. But I picked it up, and like I said, I took the chance because even a broken one's worth that much. But I mean, it still has the original sticker on it. The gates are fine. It's a little dusty inside, but I can just probably blow that out. But the main fan doesn't have any buildup on it, and that's the important thing. When you go out buying these things, you got to check the inside of the grates to make sure that they're not completely full. And then if it has a hard drive cover, and all the Slims do, open it up, look inside the hard drive area to see if it's full of dust. If it's clean and clear, you're probably okay, because the Slims mostly just wound up with failures of the optical drive and not red ring of death. And I am starting to practice my soldering because I've never really done it before. I used to just buy new components and new pieces, but since you can't replace the drives on these unless you replace the motherboard, I want to learn to do that. So, but yeah, she got pissed and said, "Fine, take it for $10." So I gave her $10, and I put it in the bag, and I ran. And I have half a foot, so when I say I ran, you understand how much I meant that. So yeah, this is going to be my actual play unit, And as you can see up there, I put my Gears of War 360 up on the top shelf there. I don't really need more shelving yet because I don't have enough. Well, that's actually a lie. I've actually got to pick you back up because I dropped you. I apologize. But if you see here, this is all crap I still got to go through and sort and clean. So to say I don't need the shelves is a little bit of a lie, but I don't want to put up more shelves now because I'm limiting myself based on the amount of stuff I have and the amount of space I have to put it in. So, yeah, absolutely happy because I took it to GameStop where I work and we tested it out and it works perfect. Oh, my buddy over there, for all of those that are actual real gamers, you know how the PS4s have PT demos on them, some of them out there? Well, it turns out that the store demo unit that they've been using had PT on it, and he almost deleted it. It was hilarious. They've had it up there for months. It was traded in, and they've been using it to test out PS4 games and stuff because it had a slightly loud fan, so they weren't going to sell it. And he was dumping stuff out of the memory so that he could add more games to the system. And he was clicking through, and all of a sudden the chiclet for the tile popped up that said PT, and I was like. Because insane people are still putting those things on eBay for like $1,000. They're only selling in the $700, $800 range, and it's starting to drop even more and more and more and more. Probably once Kojima and Del Toro combine on their own version of PT, then it'll probably drop a little more. But dude, for what he bought the system for, and as an employee, we get a little bit of a discount, but he still has to pay a good amount, especially considering how much they pay for trade versus what he has to pay to buy it. But yeah, he's gonna make out like a freaking bandit on crack, jumping off of a building without a parachute. Um, anyway, getting a little bit off the topic. Off a topic? It's a me, off a topic. So after that, I'm on my way out. I got the Xbox 360. I'm done. I was actually going to go trade it to a guy I know for some stuff, but I didn't, mainly because it was $10 and I can't really replace it again for that much. But there was a uh, set up booth. I was going to say boothy, boothy. Boothy, 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 booth, boothy, booth, boothy. Anyways, they'd been there before, but I never went through their boxes because most of it looked like crap. But they had discounted everything, maybe because it was the first really nice weekend we've had in a long time. But for $1, I got Ridge Racer Evolution on PS2. I don't know why I grunted when I did that. I got Overlord on the Xbox 360. I've already changed the case, but the manual's pretty bad. It's actually a little moldy inside of there, so I think I'm going to print a new copy of the cover at work and then throw this one away because it's moldy, and if I sell it to somebody that has mold allergies, that could be bad. For $1, I got Fight Night Round 3. I've said it before, this is not the greatest mechanics in the world because they literally slow down the frame rate to make your character slower until you get better. So it's not like you're actually rebuilding your character, you're just unlocking the frame rate, as stupid as that sound. I got something. Oh, no. Oh, here we go. For $1, I got the zapper thingy. Now, I'm still trying to figure how this thing works. I think I'm missing a piece that goes over the A button, but I like this style one. It looks more like a gun than some of the faker ones that are out there. There's fake ones? No. And then I got this, not the SP, this unmarked Game Boy game. It was sitting lonely at the bottom of the box, so I was like, okay, I'll buy it. So, and I just wanted to see what the hell it is. Okay, I've never heard of this. Okay, it's something called Loops. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. Whatever. Watch it be worth like $8 million. I have doubts, but watch it be worth $8 million. Okay. On my way back to my car, I see a setup from another guy that I've never seen out there before, and they had a bunch of electronics. And I think they actually were a pawn shop because they had a bunch of laptops and electronic components and cases that kind of looked like they came from a pawn shop. And they had some what they called replacement consoles, and that's where they just had some consoles with no cables or anything, but they wrote they work, they work, they work. And I almost offered them this for a super slim 250 gig PS3, but I really didn't want it because I hate to admit it, I'm kind of more of an Xbox guy now than a Sony guy. Plus, I've got the 160 gig that I basically own for $3, and I have no reason to replace that. So I may go back and try to just buy the thing. They wanted $50 for it, and I have enough parts, like the power cable's integrated because it's built into the system. So all I need is a controller and an AV cable, which I have, and I could take it to GameStop and trade it in for it's a 250 gig, so it trades in for like $60 right now, something like that. And then with my bonuses and stuff, I would get an additional 15%, so I'd get like $75 for it. So if I can get it for like $35, I think that'd be worth it because then I can use those credits towards a PS4 for something I'm about to show you. But in a case, they had a copy of Final Fantasy's Crystal Chronicle on GameCube. Now, it's not complete, but I don't see these GameCube games come up very often anywhere around here. So all I did was I traded them the wireless controller. Now, before you guys freak out, I know that a wireless controller trades in for $8, but it was really dirty. The thumbsticks felt okay, but it was really dirty, and I've got 6, so I'd rather have a game than drive 20 minutes to a GameStop, trade in the controller for cash, drive back to the flea market just to get a controller, because that would wind up equaling out. So I got that for that. Plus, I'm into that controller for like nothing. So get off my stuff, man. Get off my stuff. So I went over to Game of the Stop. Go figure, right? Afterwards, because my buddy likes to see what I go out. He's living vicariously through me because he's the store manager and never has the time to go out flea marketing, geeking. So I use some of my credits. I really haven't been trading much in because I'm waiting until I get like a nice haul of stuff to trade in. But I brought him a few games and stuff that I picked up garage sailing, and got another gas card and a Taco Bell card. Thank you very much. For $4.99, remember I got Mass Effect 3 the other day. Today I got Mass Effect 2. Not today, yesterday. And this is the one that's got all the bonus stuff on the disc. It's got the interactive backstory, the bonus missions, and it's supposedly the complete game. So that's cool. Mainly because I hate playing this game without having at least the comic backstory that's at the beginning of it, because when you have that you can change it without having to play Mass Effect 1, otherwise it goes into a default start. So that's cool. I'm going to play through this, then I'll play through number 3. Now, since I don't play online, that's going to be harder to play, because unless you have like a 80% zone win rating on Mass Effect 3, you can't actually get the best ending on that. So I'll just worry about this one for now. And I took my regular copy of Arkham Asylum that I had and traded it in for a Game of the Year edition. I just prefer the Game of the Year editions. I'm not 100% sure why. And then I'm also going to trade out this cover for a regular version that I have. Although I did grab the wrong version of this. There is a lenticular cover, and this is not it. So continuing on my steelbook fetish, that sounds dirty. Continuing on my steelbook fetish, still sounds dirty. I did get a copy of Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, the Atlas Pro Edition for PS4. It's the exact same as the limited edition in terms of the steelbook and the book that comes with it. However, the box is different, and I think some of the DLC is different, but it's used, so the code more than likely is no good anyways. But I wanted the Pro book, because that's supposedly more rare. Just an empty steelbook. Call of Duty Ghosts for PS4. And I'm fine with empty steelbooks because since I'm going to be working for them, I can always pick up the games as they become cheaper, and that's fine. Assassin's Creed Black Flag, empty steelbook. Empty Quantum Break steelbook. This is a pretty new release, so that was kind of funny that somebody's already traded that in. And then the funniest one that somebody has already traded in is the steelbook for the Show 16, the MVP edition. I mean, this game literally just came out, and the guy already traded it in. I mean, this is obviously just a book. I would never spend $60 for that game. I'll just wait for like 3 more weeks when it finally drops in price. And then lastly, you saw this version. I showed you that the other day. Well, I went back and we were talking, and that's when we pulled out all those other cases. And then they happen to have, I did it. Another copy of it, but with the sleeve. So for $1.61, I figured I might as well just pick up a second copy of the game. Then this one can be a play copy, and maybe someday I'll sell that steelbook, but I doubt it. I mean, I got them both because for $1.60, come on. Let's see, anything else? Nope, that's about it. So if you have any questions, leave them down below. This went kind of long, longer than I expected, but that happens from time to time. Apparently my mouth likes to sometimes. So thumbs up the video if you liked it, thumbs down the video if you hated it. However, if you thumbs down it, every time you go to play any system, you will find that the disc retainer is exploded. Just thumbs up the video.